All right, here we go. Corrective criticism. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And this is always, we're talking about the mind's mirror. So today we're going to talk about corrective criticism. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Vilma Bellini.
And Chuck Coleman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we'd like to thank you all for coming in here and get a little intro music going here to get my spirits up and going. Here we go. Corrective criticism. In our industry, in the photography industry, you have a lot of artists in the background. I don't care if they're models or designers or, anyone in the industry, it doesn't matter. Promoters, magazine owners. What I've noticed is you have, this vision of what you deem, credible, something with value. And again, if someone wants to, just a little side note, if anyone wants to call in, the lines are open. You can call in at 405-657-4535. And
Any topic?
Any topic,
Any
any topic,
question?
any question. You can just come in and bombard
And cuss
us.
him out if you want.
Start with her first. So, corrective criticism. Corrective criticism to me comes from two things: low self-esteem and someone wanting to be something that they can't. They feel bad. They come to other people, and we get that a lot. I've been in this business for 40 years. I have my style. I have what I'd like to do. Vilma has her style and what she likes to do. And you have people coming in basically saying, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it this way. And they do it in public. And a lot of times these people are giving out information or making a request that they can't even satisfy themselves. And here's what I mean by that. Basically, they feel so privileged that they can come in and dictate or create something that they feel that fits their narrative, and they'll come in and tell you that you need to change everything to fit theirs. But when you push back at them and you say, whoa, wait a second, what you're doing is really wrong. You shouldn't come in here and, tell me what I'm doing, is wrong. You're being fair, you're bullying me. So this is one of the topics that I want to talk about today, is that when some people can give out information, but they can't receive it. What is your experience?
My experience is I'm one of these people who can give out information, but I have a hard time in receiving it at times.
Why do you think that is?
How I grew up. I think a lot of it has to do with we've been discussing it a lot lately, so I'll bring it up. This discussion gets heated for some people, gets intense, but I think it has to do with entitlement.
Entitlement. Can you go in a little bit more depth? And, me explaining entitlement is going to receive a visceral reaction from someone. So if you do it, maybe they'll listen a little bit more before I jump in.
I'll give you an example. We drive all over the United States. We travel coast to coast. You get pulled over quite a bit. When police pulls you over, when you talk to them, you try to be very careful about what you say, how you say it, about your body language, how fast you move, and everything else.
You've noticed that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And when I talk to them, I get opposite. I get in their face, I get aggressive, I start filming, I pull out the camera because I know that nothing is going to happen to me. And you do not have that luxury of acting the same way, and that's just one example of entitlement. So I use it to my advantage now. Like that situation, when I get pulled over, like when we get pulled over, I do it on purposely, because otherwise, it's with the political climate and everything that's going on right now in the world. I use that every time when a police comes up to us, and I know that he followed us, he drove next to you to see who's driving, and then he pulled back to pull you over. So I know what the reason is for him to pull you over, because he looked who's driving the car. And so that's why I jump on it right away. I use it to my advantage. I try to get a jump on it and be aggressive to him and throw him off mentally before he gets a chance to do it to you. Does it make sense?
That was in a positive situation when you help
right.
them. So let's go to something in a negative situation when you use that same thing.
When we're arguing and I want to win an argument, for example, let's say you're talking to another woman, right? Another woman about the topic that I support you on while you're talking to her. And if she calls you a bully, I will get very angry at her because I know you're not bullying her, you're just telling the truth. But when we are in the argument and you use that same tactic on me, it's no longer cool. Then I call you a bully too. And so I think that's a couple of good examples.
And I'm noticing this more and more. This is something that I haven't really been cognizant of, but there was a group the other day of a woman. She had a post, and a lot of times, I shouldn't probably comment gently.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I really shouldn't comment on something, like this, but she basically said, "Hey, I am angry at men. And I don't have any good friends, male friends out there. All men are trash."
Mm-hmm.
Then, I look at her portfolio or about the 5-6 different, topics that she has going on. And a lot of it is, I think I said this yesterday, boobs and insinuated boobs, sexual positions, and invitations to men. And now she's angry.
Because she gets that reaction.
But the reaction that she wants is for people to come in and say, "Oh my goodness, you're awesome. Oh my goodness, you're beautiful." And those are the things that she needs for empowerment. But what she's doing is creating the exact opposite of what she's trying to achieve. And corrective criticism. Somebody, I have my images the way I want them. The women that I shoot and put in those images, they love the image. So here we are both. I'm doing what I love.
Mm-hmm.
The actual person is, loving what I've done. Then I post it, and here comes this guy or girl, "Oh, that's stupid. She's too old," or something like that. She wants the high. She wants it to be good. But now it's causing a visceral reaction, and she takes the blame on herself. She just wants to step away from that kindness and go back to wherever she was. Before she sees that, I like to jump on the person who just said that. Like, "Look, you just broke this woman's heart. She loved this image. We drove 2,000 miles. We set up we got our permits, clothing, makeup, everything, gas, hotels, put it up, and everything went perfect for her. And then you come in here and tell her she looks like crap. Shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you." And you know the answer? Yeah, that's the computer.
Oh.
And then that person that I just said that to said, "Oh my goodness, you shouldn't do this. You are a bully. Why did you call me out like that? You are," every nasty name in the book. And all I did was the same thing as them. They called me out on something that they thought that they wanted to correct me on. I went right back and corrected them on the way that they displayed that, and they don't get it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I also want to discuss another thing that also on the same topic. You have to refresh it. Thank you so much for commenting. If you guys have any questions, please ask away. If you want to jump in on any of the topics that we discussed, please let us know there, or you can call us at 405-657-4535 and check. When you were talking about that girl, when you look at, her timeline and it's all booty and boobies, right? And then she gets mad at the guys when they come to you. That's why I'm gonna probably keep mentioning it every episode we do, but that's why we're having this podcast, because I'm guilty at it too. I, like right now, in this mindset that I'm in, I agree with you 100%, right? But then there are days when I really want that, pay attention. I really want that, especially on the days, let's say, when I have a rough day, if we arguing, if you and I are arguing, sometimes I really, not to make you jealous, but I feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but since I'm not
vindication.
Since I'm not getting it from you, because when we're not arguing, like, you know, you always on my case, you know, I always feel very good how you treat me. I always feel like the queen, you know, even you don't have to tell me, you know, you always treat me very, very nice. And where was I going? I lost my mind. Okay. And so sometimes I want to post, like, you know, I would post another photographer's picture of me that's very sexy because I want that extra dopamine in my brain. I want to calm down and balance my nervous system. So I do put it out there, and then I get, hi baby, hi baby, hi baby, you know, you're so pretty, let's get married. And I'm like, oh my God, it gets so annoying when you, and then the dick pics come. And then you're really frustrated. And I know exactly why I got those dick pics, because of the pictures that I put out there. If I was posting, you know, sunglasses or glasses or, you know, something very, that grandma would approve every day, I would not get hi babies, but I would get a different kind of following, right? But since I'm not doing that, I don't want that, you know, grandma following. And I should, because that would sell our business better, actually, because we sell to women.
Where's the dilemma? Why?
Dilemma is my emotions and my business.
Here's what I see. You know, when I look at a lot of women, what happens is that, you know, there's two different, you know, that old, you know, the angel on one side and the devil on the other side. Oh man, I have it
all day long.
Who you gonna listen to? And they're both very good at making you very convincing. And, you know, I don't know if women will ever be, I don't know if in my lifetime I will see a woman who can really control those two demons.
The reason I'm starting to realize that I have two of them is because of you. You have been so patient, and you are not afraid to call me out on my BS. A lot of women don't have that luxury, don't have people in their lives who can call them out on their BS. Because you are so patient, because it's not easy. When you call me out on my BS, I jump. We argue. It's very stressful. That's what I mean. It's very stressful for you. But you stay persistent because you want to help me. A lot of women don't have that luxury. So they never come to a realization that, you know, there's other way. Yes? Anyways. So.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a second. You know, what happens is that, you know, a lot of people, you know, for example, I was in a group, Clubhouse. For those of you who do not know what Clubhouse is, it's basically a group where creatives and collaboratives from all over the world come in and talk about different topics. It could be NFTs, it could be politics, it could be Ouija boards. You know, there's all different kind of groups that cover any kind of topic you could think of. And the one that I normally get in is always the ones with the photographers. And, you know, and photographers, you know, they're almost like bartenders. They get a chance to talk to a lot of people, and they're face-to-face in dealing with human emotions, whether it's weddings, senior pictures, or whatever the case may be. I'm in there, and you know, to me, I love speaking reality. I can see a photographer's portfolio and tell what kind of women that they like. I can tell why they're shooting. And for example, if I see a bunch of big booties and they all kind of have the same pose, they all kind of have the same look, and it goes from, the year 2000 until present, you know, that gives me a pretty good track record of what they like. But the conversation that they're having is that, yes, I'm doing this professionally, and if looking at shooting Beyonce, and I'm doing this because I want to shoot Beyonce, you know. And I get in there and I say, no woman is looking and beating down your door to pay you for this. I guarantee you, every one of those images are free shoots. Or even you've given them something, or you went the extra mile to drive, you know, or fly someplace to get these shots.
But you know what? So many of the guys are feeling like jumping on you right now.
But that's okay. But then
that's not true.
But then what I say, look, I can't have this conversation with you right now because I know why you're shooting this, and I can't have a business conversation because there's no business with shooting nudity. If Playboy can't do it, if Playboy cut out that end of things, selling it, I know damn well you can't either. So let's have a real conversation about what we're doing, how to run a business, because I want to learn business things. I can't learn anything from someone shooting, nude pictures. It just does not work. And on top of that, it makes that piece of the pie of all the options that you have really small. Anybody with any money, any mom, she's not going to help her daughter out and finance her going out and taking nudie pics. So that's cut out. Mm-hmm. So now you have the girl and the guy working together with absolutely zero support. You have the business that's not looking at them, but their mind's mirror is telling them
that they're creating a business,
that they're doing
or
stuff
they're running a business
the way that they're supposed to. Yep. They're out there getting ready to make it. They're getting in these groups and they're telling people that they've made it. And I'm looking at that, and just like the conversation we had yesterday, is it my duty to call them out on that? Probably only when they ask me. And for the last year that I've been on Clubhouse, they've only asked me once, and I think they'll never ask me again. I mean, I'm not going to get too deep in that. But what I really want to talk about is the ability for another human being to feel as if they can come to someone else and speak to them in a way like they're correcting them. And they are so honest. They feel like Pope John Paul II walking in.
I'll give you an example. So there was a model that followed me, and I knew the girl didn't like me because of the way that she talked to us. And then one day I posted a picture and she says, "Beautiful picture, but your hands show that you have aged."
In public.
In public.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, she had to throw in beautiful picture, but then she had to tear me down. Man, you have age. Your hands show the age.
So basically what she did, she tried to cover herself by saying something nice, but her initial emotion and the reason that she reached out, she wanted to tear you down.
Yeah.
So here we have an individual speaking to you in a way that thinks that the rest of the world can't see through her mirror, her smoke screen. She really believes that she's doing something proper. She's coming in, and I'm going to translate that scenario. I wish I could do that, but I can't. And if I can't be happy, she can't be happy as well. So they become very selfish and they try to blow up the whole situation so nobody gets any positive attention, because that individual lacks the ability to go out and get good attention on your own. You're out there doing it. You're doing the necessary things to get out there and get that thing that most women love to have. You can do it. A lot of women fear it for a lot of different reasons. And the biggest reason is that I believe that most women fear it because they don't want people, they've been accustomed to people tearing them down when they're happy or doing something nice. Mm-hmm. Us men have a very good knack of taking a very happy situation that you have put yourself into and tearing it to pieces. I'm guilty of that as well. So it puts them in a position to really want to tear people down and be sad and envious of others who have made it to a position of happiness that they wish for. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Let me see if there's any questions or anything really quick.
Again, 405-657-4535.
No questions.
Just greetings and hellos. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So I think this is going to be a short one today. Mm-hmm. And if anyone has any topics, please leave a message on a topic.
So we can discuss it tomorrow.
And so we can discuss it tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everyone, and happy holidays, and be safe out there, guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.